Hello, James Hutto here, and I want to talk to you today about something that's really been on my mind a lot. Tracking effectiveness. I think it goes so well beyond just looking at your analytics. So I'd like to run you through a few of my thoughts on that today. So we're going to talk about how to track the effectiveness of your online marketing campaign for a higher educational institution, your university, your grad program. So number one, I would say, is stay away from vanity metrics. I mean, this is the biggest problem that I see with pretty much anybody that I'm talking to these days. When they're trying to quantify the effectiveness of an online campaign, people want to let's look at our traffic. Let's see how many hits we've gotten to our website. And that is just ridiculous. That is not going to show you the true picture of how effective your online marketing efforts are. I mean, it's just, it's taking a completely, overarching view of things which doesn't really correlate to results. And the way that we quantify results for most higher educational institutions is, how many applications do you get and how many of those do we turn into enrollments? That's how we quantify the results for a digital campaign for a university, not we increased your search engine rankings by, you're on page 1 for these terms. So when I say stay away from vanity metrics, I mean, don't look at the metrics that make you feel good. Pay attention to the ones that really matter. So I would say an example of a vanity metric is your top line Google Analytics visits. Being able to say, like, how much traffic did we get this month? And then let's look at that and compare that to last month or the previous year. That just doesn't give you a good view of how you're doing if you're engaged in SEO and you've got email nurturing campaigns and all the things that we would recommend you do to promote your program. Google Analytics isn't going to show you that. Number 2 is track what matters. So stay away from the vanity metrics, absolutely, but what should you be paying attention to? Setting up your Google Analytics goals so that you can track every time somebody downloads an ebook. Tracking every application, tracking every time someone fills out a form to attend an info session, tracking anytime somebody signs up for your newsletter. There are so many things that we track and try to quantify to understand the effectiveness of a campaign. And ultimately, we tie that back to where did they come from? Because most of this is really going to be centered around, are we driving the traffic through organic SEO or through pay-per-click? And then we want to be able to figure out of that pay-per-click budget, how many conversions did we get? How many people signed up for our newsletter? How many people downloaded our ebook? How many people are on our mailing list? How many people filled out an application? For most companies, I typically break it down into 3 words. It really all boils down to traffic, leads, and sales. With every graduate program that we've looked at, you're looking at a buying cycle of between 9 to 18 months on average. So thinking that somebody's going to register the first time they come to your website is not going to get you there. So track what matters, but also set your campaign up so that you are pushing people into funnels and you can remarket to them. So if somebody is just trying to find out information about an MBA program, grab their email somehow with premium content, info session, all those things that I mentioned, so that you can tell them about additional info sessions down the road, or when the enrollment period is coming up, or new financial aid terms. There are any number of reasons that you could reach back out to that person and try to nurture them into becoming a student. So that's it. I'd say stay away from vanity metrics. Don't get lost in how many Twitter followers you have and what your top line Google Analytics look like. Track what matters. Really look at how are you capturing leads and how are you nurturing those into new enrollments. That's it. We'll talk soon.